Yo, what's up, everybody? Let me get this going here. All right, card is starting. I'm flipping back and forth between the obviously between the Dodgers game, the World Series. We've got the World Boxing Super Series on DAZN, going back and forth between those two things, and now the HBO card's about to start. So kind of all over the place, but we will make this work. Let me see here. Dodgers game is still 0-0. Shit. Better turn on that volume. God damn, another guy got hit with a pitch. Freeze just got nailed. Oh, right on the knee, the left knee. All right, that's in the 6th inning. Okay. All right, Jacobs-Derevyanchenko broadcast just starting. So I think we got a triple header tonight. You dislike the Dodgers, go A's. Bro, the A's aren't even playing right now, so you gotta pick. At least it's the same state. A's, Dodgers. You should go with the Dodgers over the Red Sox. Go with Cali. Yeah, Sam, I'm watching. I'm flipping back and forth on DAZN to watch the World Boxing Super Series, and then HBO. Dodgers may go 20 innings tonight. Yeah, Southside, what's up, Mike? What's up, Southside? How you doing? Yeah, so I guess the game last night went 18 innings, which is crazy. I watched it to like the 10th, 11th inning, and then I had to go to bed because I had to get up and spar this morning, and I wasn't trying to stay up till like, what was it, 3 a.m. the game went to? Yeah, I ain't doing that shit. All right, so they're just showing more preview crap between, they're just showing Jacobs-Derevyanchenko shadow boxing, basically. I just, part of me wonders why they're even doing this. They did a preview show for this fight, and I'm like, why? Because you're not going to be promoting either of these guys. You're going to be out of the sport. So what are you doing? And then they didn't promote any of the other fighters on the card. What's up, Dominique? How you doing? Chilling, man. Chilling. Had a long, long day. Worked out this morning at the boxing gym. Then we went over to the house, tore some shit up. And Joel, what's up, man? Joel, I think I saw your tweet. Did you get sick? I think you couldn't be there tonight at the fights. So that sucks, man. But hey, you're watching the fight here with me. It's going to be fun. I will try to flip back and forth on DAZN. In fact, I'll go there right now and see what the hell's going on. But yeah, man, we went to the house, worked on the house. Albuquerque, New Mexico in the house. I love it. I've been through Albuquerque. Good food, good Mexican food out there. Then came home. I just ate dinner, ate some Indian food, some spicy ass Indian food. It was really good. Okay, so now I'm flipping back to DAZN. So we got Apple TV. You guys who watch A Neutral Corner, I've talked about this a few times. If you have Apple TV, you can put DAZN on there. You can put ESPN Plus, all on your Apple TV, and that's what we got right now. So I could just go right to my TV, turn on Apple TV, and watch all these different apps. So I don't even watch it. Respiratory infection. I'm sorry, man. Gail, what's up? Oh, the volume's too low? All right. Let's see. Baby, how do I do the volume on this thing? We're saying the volume's too low. Sorry, guys. 1 second. All the way up. There we go. Let me know if that's better. If not, then I'll just yell. I'm pretty good at that. Yeah, don't do that. Okay. All right. It says there's no signal on their Apple TV. Roku is another good way. Yeah, I know. Is Roku the Fire Stick thing? Because I've heard a few people talk about the Fire Stick thing, and I don't know what the hell that is. Is it Roku, or is that a totally different thing? Yeah, man, that World Series game last night was insane. 18 innings, man. And then those guys got to play again tonight, and then they got to play again tomorrow night. So I actually think that's going to help I think it's going to help the Dodgers. I think it's going to help them in their pitching, their starting pitchers. We'll see. Hill looks good tonight. Rodriguez looks pretty good, but I think Hill is really on it. Heated reporter voice. That's right. Yeah, if the volume's low, I could just turn on the heated reporter voice. No, Fire Stick is an Amazon. Okay. That tells you how much I know about technology. I don't know what the hell the Fire Stick is.
He doesn't know anything.
Sean Newton, what's up? Brad Johnson, what's up, man? How you doing? Fire Stick and Roku work very familiar. Yeah, Gail, I think my dad has the Fire Stick. My dad loves Amazon. He discovered Amazon. He just goes on there every day and buys shit, little gadgets. All right, so I just clicked to World Boxing Super Series, and they're still showing undercard fights. And to me, the place doesn't sound or look as full as it was for Prograis' last fight in July. But it's still so early, man. I think the doors there opened up at like 7:30. So they're showing every fight. When DAZN says they show every fight, they ain't lying, man. You guys doing shots tonight? Yeah, of course I'll do some shots. Go Dodgers. We got the Gales up first. Yes, ma'am. Let me go back to HBO. Okay, now, serious question with Heather Hardy fighting Vincent. I can't remember her first name. I think it's Vincent. It's a rematch of, real quick before I get into that, Gail, you just talked about the DAZN undercards. Did you see the two fat heavyweights? There was one really chubby dude, this bald black dude with short little T-Rex arms. He had a big old beer belly and short little T-Rex arms. And I couldn't help but laugh my ass off. You saw it too. Yeah. Me and Tiff were watching that, laughing our ass off. And that dude had zero head movement. He just stood there and took punches. He looked bad. He looked real. But man, I couldn't help but laugh. And I'm sorry. I'm not, I shouldn't laugh. But it's because he had a bald head. So he had like a milk dud head, big old gut, big old tummy, titties. Tiffany said this, not me. Tiffany said, that dude has bigger tits than me. But then it was the short little arms, the short little arms with the big old, it just looked hilarious. Yeah, that was an ugly KO. Ox! Yes, that's right, dude, Joel, that was hilarious. That's the perfect nickname for him. And the dude with the beard, he fought in July, I think, right? Because I remember seeing that dude. Dodgers are up 1-0.
Nice.
Hell yeah. What was it, a home run? Let me know. Oh, Shelly Vincent. Okay, back to this fight. Heather Hardy, Shelly Vincent. At the weigh-in, now I saw pictures. One of you guys could tell me, it looked like Shelly Vincent had a beard. Was that painted on? Was that tattooed on? Or was that actually a beard? Because if it was, that means she's taking hormones or something like that. And my whole thing is, what's up, Hamed? My whole thing is, if you're a female fighter and you're taking some sort of hormones or whatever, if a guy did that, that would be illegal. So I don't know. Anyway, Hamed, credit for doing this great idea. You get some credit, my man. Tiffany has been reaming me to do this shit for a long time. So it was painted, looked like okay, it was painted on. Okay. Yeah, because that beard, Vincent put the beard on with mascara as a trolling thing. Okay, thank you for clearing that up. Because I saw a little picture in my phone, and I was like, what the hell is this? This can't be right. Okay, either way, I was going to say she's clean-shaven tonight. But this is a rematch. These two fought, I think it was in 2016. It was a good fight, but from what I saw of it, Heather Hardy won pretty clearly. I know one of the judges had it, I think, a draw. She couldn't believe people thought it was... I thought it was real for a second. Jacobs-Derevyanchenko. All right, I might click over there, but I want to see these ladies because I think they're going to fight hard. Heather Hardy, I know Lou DiBella has been begging the HBO brass to get her on HBO forever. So this is her shot. And even though HBO is going away, better late than never, right? Boy, they're scrapping already, these two. Holy shit. There's definitely a height difference there. Hardy's taller, longer. But to me, right now, Vincent looks a little tighter. She definitely gets in. She's just got to throw more punches when she gets in. And I know Hardy does MMA fighting too. And I think she's like 36. So Gail, the whole fight would be like this. Yeah, their first fight was like this, wasn't it? But I thought Hardy won that fight pretty clearly. I don't know, that one judge had it close. I don't know why. You know, Hardy's hands ain't that fast. Vincent almost looks like she's got the faster hands. Just, I don't know about her technique. Yeah. I think this is just going to be Rock'em Sock'em Robots. And I don't know if either one of them has the ability to hurt the other. It's just going to be who's in better shape. Oh, man. You know, I had my volume at 2. Is there a low blow in women's boxing? Questions for the ages, my friend. I don't know. I had my volume on 1 on the TV, but I could barely hear Max Kellerman. So I just turned that shit all the way down. You know, I like that these chicks are standing in the center of the ring throwing punches. All right, Sebastian, I don't blame you, man. I'm going to flip back and forth. All right, end of the first round. That was pretty close, pretty competitive. I don't know. You know, the thing, look, I'm gonna go on a quick little rant here, and I've said this a few times already before. You guys know how I feel about this. Female fights, 2-minute rounds. This fight is for a vacant title. What's up with 2-minute rounds? What's up with 10 rounds? To me, because I've heard a lot of female fighters, including Heather Hardy, talk about we deserve, more respect, we deserve better pay, yada, yada, yada. Well, give me 3-minute rounds. Give me 3 12-minute rounds. Put forth the same effort the boys put forth, because right now you're not. You're fighting less time. So, that matters. And that's the one thing in MMA is, to my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but female fights in MMA are the exact same rules and parameters as the women want 3 minutes too. It's the commissions who control round. Yeah, I know, Gail, I know. But my thing is, the female fighters are complaining about not getting TV time, not getting paid enough, these sorts of things. And I understand that. But to me, you got to pick your battles. They need to go to the commissions. They need to start bitching at the ABC. Dodgers up 4-0. Oh shit! It's about to be a tied series.
Wait, don't jinx it.
I'm not gonna jinx it. I'm telling you. I think this situation with the late game, I think that helps the Dodgers over today and tomorrow. They're gonna be up 3-2 going back to Boston. Oh, Puig home run. All right, Puig finally did something. All right, back here, Hardy, Vincent, center of the ring. Vincent started fast, but to me, it just looks like Hardy's height gives her issues, gives Vincent issues. She doesn't really know how to get in. It's like you got to work your way in with the jab. She's backing up a lot. She's trying to switch southpaw. She's moving around, wasting so much energy. I just don't know how much she's getting done. A lot of her punches are being blocked by Hardy too, although she does get some in upstairs. If I'm Vincent, I'm throwing wide looping punches. I'm going around Hardy's guard. Joel, I need another TV. I hear you, bro. I need like 3 TVs right now. Yeah, I think Hardy's in control of this fight right now. So they're saying in this round, Vincent's thrown 59 punches, Hardy's thrown 51. I just think the more effective work is being done by Hardy. It's not always about how many punches you throw. Hardy uses her length pretty well. Just landing a nice stiff jab. Yeah, she uses her distance pretty well, Hardy does. All right, let's go check out the zone. Let me click over to my Apple TV. Tiffany's laughing at me with my various remotes. I'm trying to learn how to do this shit.
It's terrible.
She's all just real quick. Yeah, Joel, I agree with you, man. She didn't look as good in the first round, but that second round, it looked like Hardy found her rhythm. Guys, how is your DAZN stream doing today? Because ours has been a little glitchy. It's frozen right now.
It had bad reviews on the app.
Yeah, they need to get this shit sorted out, man. We've had to go to the Spanish feed of the World Boxing Super
Because
Series.
nobody wants to watch it in Spanish.
I'm just saying that stream's been good. The English stream's been shitty. Okay, here we go. I got this fight now. Brand check. So okay, first round's over in that fight. The co-main over there. So that main event started earlier than I thought. So it looks like the main event in New Orleans is going to start around 9 o'clock, which is, man, am I seeing that right? No, I'm sorry, 11 o'clock, which is smart because the main event over in New York, that's probably not going to start till midnight. Baranchek, I think he's got this. Like any fights in November, or is it a dry month? Yeah, there's fights in November. In fact, give me 1 second here as I flip back to the female fight. I promise I'll give the ladies some love tonight. Round 3 between Hardy and Vincent. To me, Hardy's up 2-0. You can maybe give that first round even, but I think she's in control here. Let me look up some fights coming up in November because that was a good question. I got my phone here. Let me look at my press releases. Pull this up. Only got about 3,000 people here, Mike. Oh, really? So, Frankie, where are you at in the arena, man? Are you down by the bowl? Because I noticed World Boxing Super Series, they set up obviously they have a completely different setup than what was there before. I don't know how this setup is going to work in that venue because it's a smaller venue. So the way they do the ring and everything like that. So let me know where you're sitting in there and just how the view is with that setup that the World Boxing Super Series does. Oh, by the way, earlier today, Kubrat Pulev, decisions, Tyson Fury. There were some cuts and some bumps and bruises, but other than that, not a whole lot of action in the fight. Both guys got staggered at times. I want to say it was the 8th round. Fury staggered Pulev pretty good, but just couldn't finish up. Pulev did a pretty good job of smothering him and holding on, and then he seemed to have Fury kind of buzzed in the next round. I think it was the 8th and then 9th round. Let me see here. I'm looking at my schedule for what's coming up. This weekend's freaking loaded, man. We got a ton of stuff going on. Yeah, so, okay, November 3rd, you got Miguel Berchelt versus Miguel Roman. That's on ESPN+. And that was a fight that originally we thought was going to HBO, right? And then we got another World Boxing Super Series, Ryan Burnett versus Nonito Donaire. That's going to be awesome. Josh Taylor versus Ryan Martin. That's going to be awesome. And that's over in Glasgow, Scotland. So, yeah, man, and then we've got Sullivan Barrera, Sean Monahan in New York. That's going to be a fun fight. Let's see what else we get. So the thing with the World Boxing Super Series, man, they're giving you cards all freaking year. I love it. And then, yeah, November 10th, Alexander Usyk versus Tony Bellew. I think that's going to be a fun fight. It's going to be a real fun fight. That is the opportunity of Bellew's career, and he knows it. And for Usyk, it's a huge, huge opportunity for him to make some money, obviously, but brand building, that's huge for him. Chicago on the zone. Brady's McKellian. Glowacki versus Vlasov. That's also November 10th. So, yeah, bro, I'm just looking here. We got some cards in Tokyo. Maurice Hooker, Alex Saucedo in Oklahoma City on regular ESPN, not the app, November 16th. That's going to be fun. I actually think that's going to be a very, very fun fight. People are sleeping on that fight. It's going to be good. Now let's see what else in November. Man, there's a ton of shit. Another November 17th on the zone. Jarrell Big Baby Miller is fighting a cab driver. Brandon Rios is fighting. Clarissa Shields is fighting. Yeah, just keeping those guys busy. And then November 24th, of course, Dmitry Bivol versus Jean Pascal in Atlantic City. Over on the zone, Denis Lebedev fighting Mike Wilson. Chinese heavyweight Zhang Zhale is fighting Alexander Ustinov, a massive Russian dude. Man, so you got a lot of stuff this month, guys. And then Jeff Horn is fighting Anthony Mundine November 30th on ESPN Plus over in Brisbane. Yeah, I would say November's pretty stacked. Then we got some stuff. Big Baby, that's right. We got some stuff, of course, in December. We got some big stuff happening. So, all right, let's check in with the ladies here. 4 rounds down. Yes, Bivol is fighting Pascal in Atlantic City, Boardwalk Hall. So that will be on regular HBO. And they were originally negotiating with Joe Smith. That fell through. Yes, Derevyanchenko and Jacobs have sparred a lot together. I forgot to mention that, and it's a pretty important thing to mention. I didn't know it was over 300 rounds, but I did notice, the number of rounds. But I knew that they had spent a lot of time sparring. I did mention, though, I know Jacobs is a Brooklyn guy, of course. But a lot of people don't understand, Derevyanchenko, yeah, he's from Ukraine, but he's a Brooklyn guy too. So really, this is the Battle of Brooklyn. Both of these guys live and train out there. Let's see, Vincent moving around a lot, trying to work her way. See, I like what Vincent's doing here. She's trying to work her way in. Heather Hardy did the right thing there by tying her up. Oh, at the Hard Rock, Okay, Bivol Pascal at the Hard Rock, that's right. So you got some Thanksgiving boxing. AC, baby. AC is like having a comeback year. New York has been having a comeback year too. Think about Atlantic City. It was hot during the Arturo Gatti days. And then Miguel Cotto did some work there. And then Sergey Kovalev had some success there. But the last couple years, it's really, really diminished. But they're bouncing back. And who knows? Maybe Bivol will be the new guy there for a while. Man, I'd love to see Heather Hardy move her head. She doesn't move her head a lot, huh? A lot of tying up between these girls. Appreciate that, man. Rorschach, appreciate that. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for tuning in. A Swede is getting his brains beat in the co-main. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. Baranchek is a mean dude, and he's the real deal. Hardy, 35 body punches. Vincent, only 10. And I don't understand that. Vincent, as the smaller fighter, should be getting her way inside and digging at the body. She just landed a very nice left hook to the body there. The punches are just so clubbing. Sloppy fight here in the 5th round. This fight's getting a little sloppy here. All right, so we just had a round in there. I'm going to flip back over to the zone and check in this Baranchek Idjit fight. If I can get my thing to work right. Don't laugh at me. Look at that. Look, I did it. But it's paused. What the hell is this? Man, I hate technology. Yeah, Frankie, keep me posted, brother. Let me know. About 3,000, that's pretty much what it was for Prograis' last fight. You said there's about 3,000 people there. It's pretty much what it was. I'm having trouble with my DAZN stream here.
Sucks.
Gabriel Garcia, I agree with you. We got 62 people watching and only 10 likes. What's up with you people? You know what it is? People are lazy. Just click that button. Click that like button. That's all you guys got to do. Yeah. Joe, I don't know what it is, man. I just cannot work tech. I'm trying to put on the damn brand check. All right, you do it, baby. I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? I'm what is it called? Multitasking. I might get a shot after this. There's a voodoo fest going on. Is that a real thing? A voodoo fest going on in New Orleans? All right, here. It looks like the Swede fighting his way back a little bit. Oh, man, he's busted up on that left eye, isn't he? Pelicans. Frankie, how is the crowd reacting to this fight right now between Baranchyk and Yigit? Are they into it, or are they all pretty much there to see Prograis? Female boxers just don't seem to have power, Mike. Yeah, I mean, that's just genetics. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't want to start a whole hashtag Me Too thing here, but men and women are built differently. You know, I was thinking about doing a video about, can we have a superstar female fighter in boxing, and what would it take? If you guys would be interested in seeing a rant video, because it's something I've been thinking about. You know, the most popular UFC fighter ever, talking MMA, was a female, Ronda Rousey. But the logistics, and that's not the right word. The way MMA is performed, especially when you get on the ground and you could do wrestling and things like that, you don't necessarily need to have the same type of upper body strength and skill, technique, and everything that you need in boxing, in my opinion, when you got to be on your feet and doing it with your upper body, the movements and everything. So if you think about Ronda Rousey, she was very, very popular. She was stopping her opponents, but she wasn't knocking them out. She was submitting them, right? She'd get them down and she'd, pull their arm or do all that wrestling stuff. But on her feet, she wasn't special ever. I can't think of it. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. I don't watch MMA like that. But did she ever knock anybody out? Did she ever knock anybody clean out? The only female fighter I remember really doing that was Ann Wolfe. If you rule me up with women's pro boxers, Gail, I'll be good, I promise. Yeah, if there was a female that was in there knocking chicks out, that's what it's going to take to cross over. I don't care. Like, I honestly don't think that the girl's got to be attractive. I think too many female boxers, and really it's the promoters, try to promote female fighters. There's some of them that, wear basically a bikini all the time, showing off cleavage and stuff. Oh, she's really good looking. We can market her to men. Most guys don't really care about that. They want to see it, or female fans too. They want to see a girl that kicks ass and can knock girls out and is exciting and has skills. That's what's going to translate and be a star. It doesn't really matter if the chick's good looking or not. So, Lucia Riker, there's a great name. Lucia Riker.
Dude, somebody from Kazakhstan.
From Kazakhstan. What's up, man? Are you in Astana, I'm thinking? Astana area? What time is it? It's got to be... Man, you guys are probably 4 or 5 hours ahead of us at least. No, probably like 6 hours. It's probably, it's probably 8 in the morning over there in Kazakhstan. I got surgery by late KO. I think you meant Sergey. I got surgery by late KO. Well, he might need a KO after this, or he might need surgery after the KO. Sergey, there it is. Yeah, I got you, James. All right, got someone watching Almaty City. Okay. We got Scotland, we got Kazakhstan, we got all over the States. Guys, I turned on the World Boxing Super Series real quick. I'm watching Baranchyk and Yigit. This is a good quality scrap. Both guys are having their moments. For me, man, Baranchyk hits really hard. He gets great leverage on on his punches. When he lands, Yigit moves. It rocks him. You see it. He absorbs it all over. And when Yigit lands, it just doesn't have the same effect. It's just different. That eye's closing up fast, man. That left eye on Yigit. It's not only, I don't know what's going on down here. I don't know if it's a cut or a bad bruise, but it's starting to close up now on him. And once that closes all the way up, right hands from Baranchyk gonna rain down all day. Oh, man, good shot. Yigit did land a nice uppercut there. And that's honestly what he needs to do when they get close like this. You got a tall guy in there, shoot the uppercut. They just landed another great uppercut from Yigit. Man, this is a good fight. I know I'm supposed to be over at the HBO fight right now, but that fight, this fight's just a lot better.
I got the Dodger game on.
And we got the Dodger game on. It's still 4-0 Dodgers. That's what's up. Body, body, head. That's right, baby. Body, body, head. Hardy got busted up. Baranchek a bit more controlled. Yeah. But the one thing about Baranchek I don't like right now, honestly, is he's throwing hard on every punch. Everything's the same speed. And Yigit just needs to take that and go to the late rounds. Maybe he can do something with it. Baranchek needs to switch up the speeds. Soft, 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 then hard. Soft, 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 then hard. Everything I see from Baranchek right now is just trying to drill dude every single punch. And, you know, you got to do that, but you got to set it up. Man, nice straight right hand. But again, where's the jab? Baranchek, you're the taller guy. You're the bigger. There it is. That was better work right there. All right, I'm going to watch the rest of this fifth round. I'm going to flip back to the female fight and see what's going on over there. Headbutt in the Hardy-Vincent fight. Gail, I'm not surprised at all that there's a headbutt. The way that Vincent was rushing in like that. Yeah. Yeah, you expend energy with those big punches. It's one of the first things I had to learn, you know, coming into boxing and training and sparring, being used to street fighting where it's just about hitting hard, you know. And then, like, you know, in the Marines, we basically did, we would do like tough mans, that kind of a thing, where it's just going in there and just trying, just banging. If you're boxing for rounds, you got to slow down and you got to reserve your energy, especially if you're the bigger, taller guy. Because you're going to have someone coming up, you know, underneath. You got to see all that coming, knock it down, get back, set up your shots. All right, so we got a break in the action here because Baranchek's, he had some loose tape on his glove. I don't know, man. Baranchek's mouth is wide open and he's huffing and puffing. And Yigit, to me, mouth closed, breathing out of his nose. The eye is busted up pretty bad, but conditioning wise, he looks better to me right now. Man, they're taking a long time to tape up that glove. Baranchek's trainer did a good job giving his man a break there because he could tell he needed it. Both guys just fighting at distance here. That was a nice body shot from Baranchek. Man, he punches hard, but man, every punch is hard. Every single punch. I'm telling you, man, that could cost him. All right, that's the end of the fifth round in New Orleans. Let's go back to New York. All right, so talking to Daniel Jacobs. What the hell? I don't need to see this shit. Go back to the fight. There we go. All right, let's see how Heather Hardy looks. She's not bleeding. Yeah. So they're showing Letterman's card. It's 79-73 Hardy. Not at all surprising. And to me, this was pretty much the way the first fight went. I thought Hardy clearly won. I didn't think they needed to do a rematch. Nice little hook right there from Hardy. Hardy right now just standing in the center of the ring, jabbing and circling, and she's really doing a beautiful job of it. This is really all she needs to do. She'd keep her left hand up a little more, but I think she's keeping it low, but I think she likes to shoot up with it a little bit. Yeah, she's dominating this fight. How would I rate the DAZN app so far? For, you know, it's user friendly and everything. It was easy to download, to get set up on my Apple TV and all that. But the stream tonight has been less than spectacular. Because I'm flipping back and forth between DAZN and HBO on my TV, right? And you just, I mean, HBO is just crystal clear, perfect. Sometimes DAZN looks like that, but then sometimes it's just kind of fuzzy and glitchy. They just got to fix that. And that technology will get better in the coming years. It just, you know, I don't want to say it's in its infancy, but almost. Hardy has great body work tonight. I totally agree. Totally agree, Jedi's Tavern. She's done a very good job. And if you look at Vincent right now, she looks softened up to me. She looks tired, softened up. And Hardy looks pretty fresh to me. Vincent's trying. She's trying her hardest, but Hardy looks really, really controlled here and relaxed. Good round by Hardy. That was a really good round. So they only got one more round there in New York. Oh, it looks like, you know what? Is that a cut on Hardy's eye, nose? Looks like her nose got busted. Yeah. So Hardy did bust her nose, but it's probably from a headbutt. All right, back to Nolans. Let's see if I can make this work. I might need your help. You got the thing. Oh, no, here we go. Okay.
See, I have the remote control. It works.
Everything works. Man, that eye is bad on Gidget, man. He's basically fighting with one eye. So here's where I would, if I'm in Baranchek's corner right now, I'm telling him, dude, you're fighting a guy with one eye. Jab the shit out of the good eye, and every now and then, touch him with the right hand on the bad eye. And that's it. Paint by numbers, boxing 101. Quit trying to get the damn knockout. You just step back and do that. The knockout will come to you. Man, Gidget, this guy's got balls. He's got heart. Because that eye is shut. That left eye, to me, looks completely shut. And I see him circling over to try to get better vision with the right eye. Yeah, he keeps moving to his left so he can see what's coming. Again, if you're Baranchek, you got to see that. You got to make that adjustment and catch it. Whew.
Ew.
Whew, that eye is bad.
That's bad.
I'm surprised the ref hasn't stopped this shit.
Yeah, how is he still fighting?
He's still punching. The thing is, he's not taking that much punishment. I mean, he's getting hit, but Yijit looks, yeah. Yijit's eye looks as bad as a Halloween movie, says Gail. That was pretty good and pretty damn accurate.
I mean, the doctor's over there.
Let's see, if this was a Hollywood movie, he'd be like, cut me, Mick, here, cut me. You can't cut an eyelid like that and suddenly you can see out of it. It don't work that way.
What?
In Rocky, when Rocky's eye is swollen shut, he sits in a corner and he tells Mick to slice his eyelid open so he can see. He goes, cut me, Mick, cut me. And he takes a razor blade when the ref ain't looking, and he goes, ugh. You see blood squirt out, and then now he can see again.
That's not possible.
Nah, it don't work that way. You can relieve swelling. You can, open it up a little bit better if you cut. It will relieve swelling and take pressure off. But
yeah, but you'll have blood gushing out.
Yeah,
all over your eyeball.
Hollywood magic. Sit back. Cut me, Mickey. There you go. Exactly. Oh, more tape from Baranchek's glove. What the hell, guys? Get this shit together, man. And this dude's taking his time with that tape.
Seriously?
Come on, man. He should have some scissors. He should be able to cut that. Now, go around 3 or 4 times. Yeah, honestly, these breaks are helping Baranchek. All right, here we go. Here we go. 7th round. It's back on. Baranchek trying to bounce on this. See, Baranchek just overreached with a big right hand, and Yijit saw it. A guy with one eye saw it and countered with a left hook and landed it. Baranchek needs to just be jabbing the shit out of him and not trying to land a big-ass home run punch.
Apparently you're missing a good end of the female fight here.
All right, let's go back to the female fight because it's the last round. Let's see what the ladies are doing. Dueling cards. Oh, it's over. I missed it. Well, we all know she's going to get the decision here. Hardy is. Let's see, the judges, Glenn Feldman, Kevin Morgan, and Alan Rubenstein. I don't know Morgan and Rubenstein off the top of my head, but... Oh, Bernie's work. I didn't know Bernie works with Heather. Or maybe he's just working this card. But so she's about to get a title. Yeah, Jacobs needs. I don't know if Jacobs needs a KO. I think, look, who's the last guy he fought? The Polish guy. Oh man, I can't think. I know it starts with an M. I just can't think of the last name off the top of my head. But he wasn't a subpar fighter. I think he's a good quality fighter. Jacobs just trying to get rounds in and be smart, not get hurt. His style was never to go for the KO. Sulecki, okay, Sulecki. Yeah, Sulecki ain't trash, man. Sulecki's a good fighter, and I think has underrated athleticism and skills, and had some decent moments against Jacobs. I don't know why we haven't seen him back on TV. I thought he earned that. Oh, are you going to announce these scores or what? Do you think Derevyanchenko wins if he fights? Do I think Derevyanchenko wins if he fights Canelo or Andre? Well, we got to see what he does against Jacobs. Look, the Canelo that we saw against Golovkin in the rematch beats any middleweight in the world. I don't think he beat Golovkin that night, but he beats any middleweight in the world not named Golovkin. That was the best Canelo we've ever seen. All right, so obviously Hardy's better. Come on. And now it's the damn decision, so I can click over. Well, you look at their faces. The fighters know who won. All right, let me see. Apple TV. Boom. Jacob Sparks, Canelo. I don't know, man. Canelo so far has shown an amazing chin. And the way he digs to the body and he would come forward on Danny, I just don't know if Danny could fight backing up for 12 rounds. I don't know about that. I really don't know. What happened? It's frozen again.
Yeah, this thing sucks.
We are having issues with our DAZN app. 4-3 Dodgers. Shit!
Oh, fuck, they scored.
Boston just scored. What the hell?
Yeah, they had 2 men on base.
Damn it!
So somebody just hit a homer.
Bastards! Is this that same damn pitcher who gave up a few runs the other night? The fight's over. What did the... Oh, shit.
Jesus.
The ref stopped it. Well, yeah, he looks like the Fly. So, yeah, I get it. Your DAZN's working good. We got it working now. It's just...
You know what I think it is? I think when we change it, I have to go to the very beginning. I think I figured it out.
Okay. It's probably operator error.
Yeah, Mike doesn't know what he's doing.
I don't know what I'm doing. So Baranchek's going to win here by TKO. That sucks, man, because Yigit was still fighting. Danny can also sidestep Canelo. Yeah, I hear you. Look, Danny's feet move way better than Canelo's feet. But I still say Canelo's hand speed, upper body movement, and head movement are very underrated in boxing. So I think, I would slightly favor Canelo over Jacobs right now, but, I don't know, man. I want to see how he looks tonight against Derevyanchenko. I really, really do. So ask me after the fight. Okay, I'm going to see. I'm going to turn up this volume. See. Hopefully I don't get a copyright strike here by turning up the volume. That eye looks bad. So that's a hematoma. So they probably might have broke a bone, the orbital bone, or that bone right above the eye. It's possible. That might be a Kell Brook situation right there.
That blows.
That's a good point, Punch. Quote, all Canelo has to do is get to the 12th round against Jacobs. But look, they're taking Canelo to New York. So, he's about to fight Fielding. He's going to win that fight, get a super middleweight belt. And then I honestly think they're going to go for Golovkin a third time, but probably not till next September. He got the Rockman. Hell yeah, he did. Charlo beats Jacobs and Canelo. I don't know, man. Charlo hasn't beat anybody at 160 yet. Right now, I'd favor Canelo to stop Charlo, honestly. Yeah. Ujitsu was bad, Hamed. I mean, I think they did the right thing. Save the fighter from himself. He wasn't going to quit. I'm hearing some boos in the crowd there. I don't understand that. I mean, if they're booing the doctor stopping it, fine, but don't boo the fighters. Dennis Lopez, you're at work. Damn, bro, what are you doing? Right? What do you do for work? That's late. Charlo has big steps to take. I agree with you. Look, Charlo might be the best out of all of them. He really, really might. But I don't know. He needs a lot to work on. Triple G going to UK for stadium fight. All right. You know, I feel bad for Triple G. It's hard not to feel bad for the guy because, you know, look, regardless of how you feel about the rematch, and I thought the Canelo-Golovkin rematch really was close. It could have went either way. But their backup plan was Billy Joe Saunders. He loses his title because of performance-enhancing drugs. That's the second fighter related in some way to Golovkin that, you know, their plans or backup plans got screwed over by performance-enhancing drugs this year. And then they were going to fight Murata over in Tokyo, and he just got upset by Rob Brandt. Lost big time to Brandt. So maybe they fight Brandt, but Brandt doesn't bring anywhere near the money that a fight with Murata over in Tokyo would have brought. Loeffler dropped the ball. I don't know, man. I don't think Loeffler dropped the ball. I mean, Loeffler's main priority as a promoter is to make as much money for his fighter as he can. And he made his fighter about $50 million in the past, 12 months. So I don't think he dropped the ball. But, you know, ultimately, they went for the money. And when you go for the money up against the establishment in Nevada and Las Vegas, sometimes you can get screwed, man. Let Triple G move up. He looks big enough. You know, he's really not a big middleweight. He's not. Triple G doesn't really weigh over 170 in between fights. So if he can stay at 160 where the bigger money fights are, he's going to do that. There's so many more options there than at 168. If 168 gets consolidated and there's a big money option there, he'll do it. I'm curious about the Charlo-Monroe fight. I'm still not sold on Charlo. I think Monroe is a great matchmaking because he has enough skills to survive for a while and give Charlo something to think about, some great tape that they'll be able to go back and watch so that they'll have things that they can work on and fix. But he just doesn't punch hard enough, and Charlo's going to walk through everything he does and eventually catch him. That's what's going to happen. He's going to stop Monroe. Monroe will fight negative versus Charlo. Yeah. All right, let's go back over to HBO and see what we got. HDMI 1. See, I'm figuring it out. All right, we're about to get the co-main in New York. So am I saying that Triple G and Loeffler only cares for the money? No, I'm not saying that. But they look, they didn't have to rematch Canelo. They thought that they got ripped off the first time, right? They thought that they won the first fight, clearly won, and most of us agree with that. Who farted? EG. So they wanted the rematch. Understandable. Money was part of it, but they also wanted to right that wrong. But remember the financial demands Golovkin made. Those financial demands took the fight to Vegas. Now, Canelo made huge financial demands as well. Canelo wants it in Vegas. But Golovkin could have, instead of putting his foot down saying, I want X amount of dollars, he could have said, fine, don't pay me $25 million, pay me 15, but I demand the fights in Texas, or I demand the fights in New York. He could have made that demand. Instead, he made financial demands. They knew they were going back to Nevada where they got ripped off before. They saw Kovalev get ripped off against Ward the first time. They've seen plenty of guys get ripped off in Nevada. And they agreed to go back to Nevada because of the money. That's why I say they went for the money. All right. Machado and Evans. So you guys have obviously probably seen Machado a few times, but Evans, you probably haven't seen much. He's a guy out of Cleveland. I think he won some Golden Gloves tournaments, had a decent regional type of amateur record here in America. Nothing really on the global stage, though. Yeah, I agree, Gail. That eye was bad. They did the right thing by stopping that fight. Really hate the WBA. Oh, yeah, them and their super titles, and I can't stand the WBA. And, you know, if there was some method to their madness, if it made sense sometimes. Whoa, did I just miss a damn knockdown? Shit. We already got a knock. It's the second I looked down, there was a knockdown here, guys. Machado just dropped Evans, not even halfway through the first round. The ref gave him a lot of time to recover, too. He looks fine. I think Evans was probably just off balance. Man, the size difference between these two. Holy shit. Machado is a lot bigger. Really huge for that division. No head movement from either guy, really. Both guys pulling out a jab, but whoa! Great right hook just clipped Evans, and he's hurt. He's hurt bad. This fight is about to be over. Just went down again. He's got a minute left. It was a counter right hook from Machado that Evans never saw coming. Right after what was I just saying? No head movement. Guys, if you're sparring a taller guy, if you're fighting a bigger guy, and you're trying to work your way in, you got to work on the jab, but you also got to move your damn head. Evans just stood there like a statue. Oh, just ate a huge uppercut, another huge right hook. This fight's over. Holy shit, what a knockout. Evans is asleep right now. He's drunk. Just no head movement from Evans. Kept his head right up there, too. Didn't even tuck his chin down. The last right hook, didn't even see it coming. Oh. If you bet on Evans tonight, boy, you just lost money. Sam Prograis is out? Okay, I'll flip over there real quick. You know, this works out beautifully because now we could go over to the main event in New Orleans and check that out. Flinner, thanks a lot, man. I really, really appreciate that, dude. Thanks a lot. Man, what a great knockout. I got to see a quick replay of this, and then I'll go over to New Orleans. But, man, Evans, man, if you're punching, you got to have your head down. You got to move. Oh. All right, here we go. Showing the replay. Nice feints right there from, it was a straight left hand. Okay, so the first knockdown was a straight left hand. Machado feinted a looping jab, missed it purposely, came up short purposely, but brought it back like this, right behind it with the left. So he brought it back blinding and came right behind it. And see, they're exchanging punches here, and Evans just left himself wide open for a counter right hook. Machado knew he was hurt, and just to his credit, went in there and just tagged him. Evans didn't tie up, nothing. And then here, the third knockdown, beautiful, beautiful right hook from Machado, right on the tip of the chin. It wasn't to the side of the chin. Oh, and then Evans' head hit the canvas. So Evans got knocked out twice. Gail, that's right. You fall forward, you're done every time. Look at this. Oh. Damn. And then again, he falls to the canvas, and the back of his head hits the canvas. So, man, that's a brutal knockout. Man, what a performance from Machado. He just put everybody on blast. What happened in the baseball game?
Man on base.
Still 4-3?
Bottom of it, yeah.
What inning?
7.
Seventh inning, Dodgers up 4-3.
We just got a man on base.
All right. Man, I feel for Evans, but dude, he looked kind of stiff to me. You know, a lot of guys stand up stiff like this, and if you're gonna do that, you gotta you gotta have this here. If you got a guy shooting uppercuts, you gotta get your elbows in. If you got a guy looping around, you gotta move out here. And he's just standing like this. Oof, that never ends well. And Machado's huge for this division. All right, let's go to Louisiana. Same with Miguel. That was, he He saw what he had in front of him, and he just took advantage of it. He just took what was being given to him. All right, let's go to Prograis. I think it's time for a shot. What do you think? What do you guys think? Is it time for a shot? What do you say? All right, the zone is killing me tonight.
I need to play with this thing.
How long until the main event? I don't know. See, they're probably going to time for a shot. Everyone says it's time for a shot. The main event is next, but HBO is going to have some fill time, I'm sure. So you guys are going to have to listen to Jim Lampley cry for about 20 minutes, or you can watch me drink a shot. Which would you rather do? I think I know the answer to that one. But you don't want me to get up and go get it, because then you'll just be looking at my couch for 2 minutes. So,
So your slave monkey is going to
your
get
slave monkey. The waterfall from the bottle. Oh, shit. I can't do that. Yeah, our zone is completely crashed.
Well, we keep going back and forth. That's the problem.
Oh, here we go. Put on the Spanish one. Come on, man. Mike Hawk. Prograis fighting now. Jacobs, it's probably going to be about half an hour.
Here we go.
One TV, Montero taking shots. Hey, that's a perfect combination, Cian. Barber's chair. Yeah, I could probably use the shape up myself.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. Now see, okay, now the stream looks clear. But for a minute there, it was a little...
Well, you keep wanting to change the channel.
I didn't know it'd be an issue. Are you sore? Tiffany's walking to get us shots. We were working at the house that I just bought today. We're still demoing it. We're ripping everything out. You know, we're ripping out cabinets. I'm actually knocking down walls. I'm tearing down some walls to open up the house. It's an old house with small rooms. Trying to knock shit down, open it up. So we're both sore as hell, man, because it was a little chilly this week out here. You know, fall has set in out here. Tiffany's getting her first real taste of fall weather. So she's starting to see the leaves change a little bit, all that stuff. But, you know, we both worked out today. Then we go to the house and do that for a few hours. Whew, sore, man. That's right, Liam. Thank you so much, man. You know, true story, guys. I was born in a trailer park. First 5 years of my life, I lived in a trailer park. And now I own a house. So, yeah, you know, I was born trash. And now I own a house and a car. And I'm about to do a shot here. Is that vodka?
No, it's gin.
Oh, gin. Okay. I like gin.
I don't know how you do shots.
How the hell is Machado at 130, Hamed? I don't know, brother. He must have no legs. All right, here we go, guys. I have a boner. Do you have a boner? Here we go. Boom. Gentiani. Yeah. Hey, boxing's on. Of course I have a boner. Appreciate that, Joel. Thanks, man. It's a lot of work. Holy shit. It's a lot bigger than my apartment in LA. Or my condo. We just call them apartment. But I had a condo in LA. And compared to what we have now, it's a shoebox. But I ripped that up. It had, floor to ceiling. Ripped that thing up, put in new floors, recessed lighting. I knocked down some walls there too. But it was 1/3, probably not even 1/3 the size of my house. So ripping it up a whole house, and then I'm cutting down some trees with a chainsaw. I'm doing all kinds of crazy stuff. It's a lot more than I thought at first. So it's going to take some months of work. It's pretty much my life right now. I'm training boxing in the mornings. I'm going and training with Marty P. Hill. Marty Hill is from Atlanta, has a gym out here, and he is the national chairman of the Masters division of USA Boxing. So it's awesome training with him. I am learning a lot and just working on different things that I need to fine tune and thinking about doing some Masters tournaments next year. So I think that would be fun to do some. For you guys who don't know, in USA Boxing, Masters is 35 and up.
The score is tied.
Shit! Boston just scored. It's 4-4 in LA. Damn it! Was it what, a solo home run?
Yeah.
Fafangul. Tiffany's got a laptop over there watching a baseball game. Something about a house in the yard, though. Beats an apartment. Yeah. Joel, true story, I've never had a house. I've only had apartments. So I don't know what it's like to have a yard. I've cut grass. You know, my mom has a house now. So, you know, if I'm around, I'll cut her grass and chop down trees and stuff like that for her. But, like, I've never had an actual yard and having that space. So I'm excited for it. And I've always shared walls, you know. Boston. Ah, you a Boston fan? Get out of here, man. It's all about this. I gotta say, man, Boston's really, really good though. Damn, they're good this year. All right, here comes Riggaroo. That's that New Orleans culture. They wear masks and stuff like that. They're all into the voodoo and stuff. Frankie was saying there's a voodoo festival there this weekend. Like an actual voodoo festival.
I'm not there.
Crazy headgear, yeah. That is some crazy get up, yo. I like this ring walk though. He's walking around so the fans can see him. That's actually really smart.
What would be more entertaining is if these boxers would box in like costumes.
Boxing costumes. You know, he doesn't have a robe on, so I hope he stays warm. But I love this, man. He's walking. So Prograis is walking around the whole arena. Now he's going up to a stage, standing there under the lights on that stage. They're really doing it up pretty big. And I like that, you know, he walked around so the crowd can see him. I'm turning up the volume just a little bit here. I don't want to get a copyright hit, but oh, you know what? It's a Spanish one, so we're good. I love the light display with the World Boxing Super Series, man. So far, it has been a freaking home run. Mike Hawk, I totally agree with you. Prograis is one of my guys I'm keeping an eye on. The thing with Prograis is he really has a fighter's mentality. John Doe, appreciate it, bro. So for those of you, you guys know Taylor or Prograis. Too soon to tell, bro, but that's going to be the finals. Taylor and Prograis. Those are the two best guys in the tournament. I want to see what Prograis does tonight. I want to see how he looks. So I grew up in Detroit. I love the Detroit Tigers. I lived in St. Louis briefly before moving to LA, so I like the St. Louis Cardinals. And I've kind of always liked them. I've liked the Dodgers ever since they had Mike Piazza. So even before I lived in LA, I liked the Dodgers because my grandfather loved Mike Piazza. Loved him. My grandfather Calabrese. My mom's dad loved Mike Piazza. So he started his career out in LA on the Dodgers. So he would always talk about Dodgers. Didn't even live in LA. But that's when I really started liking the Dodgers. And then I do like the Braves too. So I'm glad to be here in Atlanta because even growing up in Detroit, they would put Braves games on because remember TBS. So when TBS was a new thing, and for a while, you could get it for free and stuff. There was some package deal. We got it for free. And they would show Braves games. So as a kid, the Tigers sucked when I was a kid. But the Braves were good. And I used to love watching those games. So those Cardinals, yeah, man. Joe, I love the Cardinals. And I've been to a few games there at that stadium. That stadium's awesome. St. Louis is a super fun town, guys. If you've ever had a chance to go, awesome town. What about Janira, the Tecate girl? She bad too. Who else is fine? You know what? Janira's nice too. She's a nice girl. To me, the hottest ring girl ever was Jen Mateo. She's retired now. She married some old dude with a lot of money. But look up Jen Mateo and thank me later. All right, Terry Flanagan getting ready to go here. With Flanagan, man, I just don't know if he's got the power to keep Prograis off. turn this down before we get a copyright hit. Flanagan's got skills. Flanagan's got a lot of experience. St. Louis for Blues only. For baseball, I'm diehard Red Sox. You know what? Growing up in Detroit, love the Red Wings by default, right? And the Red Wings are really the Yankees of hockey. You think the Yankees, you know, baseball, they've won, they're royalty. They've won all of these World Series. That's what the Detroit Red Wings are of hockey. And growing up, our rivals were the Chicago Blackhawks. So I hated Chicago. And then the St. Louis Blues. And they were good when I was a kid, and they beat us sometimes, and I hated them. But when I lived in St. Louis, you know, yeah, I checked out the Blues a little bit. Prograis looks loose, but between you and me, off the record, he's feeling the pressure. That's all I'm going to say. He's tight, he's nervous, and he feels a lot of pressure to perform tonight. So I'm sure he's going to look a little tight in his first round or two. So regardless of what he says on camera, I can say with 100% certainty he's really nervous tonight to perform in front of his fans. It's also the best opponent he's ever fought. And when I was talking about just a second ago, Flanagan has fought the better opposition as a pro. Love my Blackhawks, but still respect the hell out of the Red Wings. That's 3 Bears Packers. Yeah. I wish these comments would stay on the screen longer, man, because Whiskey Dickinson. Gin tonight. Actually, I had a little bit of whiskey last night. What was it we had?
You had beer earlier.
I did have some beer while I was working on the house. Last night we went to a speakeasy. Found a cool speakeasy. Yeah, I had some mezcal. And then I had like an old-fashioned. Couldn't drink too much because I had to spar this morning. Yeah, see, Prograis looks tight to me. Flanagan's just been here before, you know. He's not used to fighting on the road, but he's fought very good pros. It's just going to be what happens when Prograis lands the first hard punch. How does Flanagan react to that? Took your mother to the casino last night. How'd she do? She do okay? Technician with the upset tonight. All right. Neither guy really punching here in this first round. Both guys fainting a lot. Man on base, okay. Dodgers got something cooking in what, the eighth inning?
Bottom of the eighth, yeah.
I'm getting caught between innings and rounds here. Both of these guys look real tight, especially Prograis. And I just some things, you know, he said, I could tell he's tight. It's one of those situations where both guys are at distance. Just punch. Throw something out there. Set up a speed. One of the best things you can do, guys, if any of you guys who train and spar, when you're at distance, I mean, when you're totally out of range and you're just feeling each other out, pump a lazy jab. Just pump this out to create a rhythm in your opponent's mind, to get them thinking about that speed, right? You just kind of lull them to sleep. Then boom, step in with some speed behind it. When you're at distance like this, instead of just doing this shit, just feigning, do all that too, but just lull your opponent to sleep a little bit. Just throw something out there to get him thinking about something. Just throw something like this, you know, just work a little, just to get him thinking that's the angle you're going to come at, right? So he's thinking you're coming here, then you come there. That's the kind of stuff I'd like to see Flanagan and Prograis do when they're at distance. They're kind of just standing, and they're starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm here toward the end of the first round. But yeah, they should definitely be punching more. Neither guy really landed anything of substance in this first round. Not many punches thrown either for this weight class. It's a pretty slow first round. Neither guy really taking that second step to get inside. They're both, that was a nice little left hand that Prograis just landed as he caught Flanagan coming in. There was nothing on it, but it scored. And, you know, that might have took the round for Prograis. It's going to take Prograis about 3 rounds to get loose. He looks really tight to me. Should we see what's going on HBO? You know what? No way. There's no way that HBO fight's going right now.
Let me see.
Yes, find that on the computer.
We need like 5 TVs.
Yeah, we just need more TVs. Yeah, for the World Boxing Super Series in this tournament, I think all day, it's Prograis and Taylor. Joel says that we definitely need to do more of these fight parties, and that you know what you're doing. She does know. I learned that a long time ago. Is your TV on your ceiling? You're looking up. You know what? Next time we got to put this thing up a little higher, because they say I'm looking up too much. It looks weird. Okay. It's not on my ceiling. I did put it on the wall above me. It's just where we have the camera right now is a little bit below eye level. If I sit up straight, it's actually below eye level. So it's a work in progress, guys. Plus, we're in an apartment right now. You know, we're going to have this all set up nice one day in a studio. One day soon, once we get this house together. All right, second round here. Prograis punching a little bit more. Both guys throwing out a little jab. But again...
Oh. Jacobs.
Okay.
They just did their walk.
Okay. So we're about to get started on HBO. So I'm going to click over Derevyanchenko rocking a New York Rangers jersey. I like it. I'm going to click over to... I'm going to watch the second round of this fight and then click over to Jacobs-Derevyanchenko, guys. So far, neither guy is really, in this Prograis Flanagan fight, neither guy has really set up anything. Machado versus Berchelt. Damn, bro. You know what? Right now, I'm taking Machado in that, because Berchelt has been so inactive, at least against top guys. All right. Flanagan just got a little work done there. Again, I think it's going to take a few rounds, but I just think that Prograis is going to learn that nothing Flanagan throws is really going to hurt him unless he catches him with something he doesn't see. Berchelt all the way. Berchelt has fought the better guys, the more experienced guys, but what's Berchelt done over the last couple of years? I don't know. To me, he's just, the momentum he once had is kind of slowed down. Machado seems to be going up. Sometimes it's about when two guys fight. You know, when they fight, what is their career stagnant? Is it going up or is it going down? And to me, Berchelt, the last year or so, after having a great, 2016, I think, it's just kind of been floating a little bit downward. And Machado's just, so I don't know, man. Sometimes it's the rhythm of those things about when two guys fight. All right, let's go over to HBO. So far, it looks like 2-0 Prograis. All right, opening round right here. Jacobs-Derevyanchenko. This is going to be a great fight. I cannot freaking wait for this one, man. I don't have to wait anymore. We're right here. All right. All right, both guys, again, same things. Right now, Derevyanchenko's stalking, moving forward. Jacobs moving backward. What Jacobs wants to do in this fight is use his length, get Derevyanchenko to move into him and counter. That's what he wants to do all night. It's up to Derevyanchenko to be smart, to work his way in, stay behind his punches. That means don't throw this shit, throw this shit straight. And move his head and stay defensively responsible. Exactly. That's why I don't know what to think about Berchelt right now. All right, tying up here. Nice. Yeah, Derevyanchenko. So they were just in a clinch, and the ref didn't tell him to break or anything. So Derevyanchenko punched, landed the right hand up top out of the clinch. And that's kind of what he's got to do. He's got to be mean in there and not let Jacobs dictate the pace. Jacobs just had a pin on the ropes there, got a nice 1-2 off. Derevyanchenko spun out. What is it?
Got a man on first and a man on third.
That's what Gail just said. We got runners on the corners, but 2 outs though.
Yeah.
Right now, the time I have is about a minute left in the first round. That's what I have right now, guys. Let me know how far off this video is for you. I think YouTube might be delaying me a little bit, so you guys are probably getting this. Hopefully, it's not more than 30 seconds. Khabib versus Floyd. Khabib has a hard head. Yeah, Jacobs a lot taller. Jacobs has a nice jab. Really nice jab. Okay. So you got 50 seconds. I got 30 seconds. So yeah, there's a slight delay. Okay, perfect. Right on time with the TV. Perfect. Oh, great shot by Jacobs. That was a knockdown. Jacobs landed a good right hand. Derevyanchenko, number one, it broke his nose. Number two, his glove touched the canvas. That's a legit knockdown, and it bothered him. He looks a little wobbled from it. He's going to get saved by the bell here. There's only 5 seconds. But that was a great overhand right from Jacobs. Okay, Derevyanchenko looks pretty good. He got his wits back, but that rung his bell. Damn, so 10-8 round for Jacobs already. So Derevyanchenko's already fighting out of a hole. And honestly, he just got a little lazy. What did I tell you guys? He's got to stay defensively responsible in this fight. All Jacobs wants to do is stay on the outside, line up, right hands, jab, 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 make Derevyanchenko come to him. In this occasion, Derevyanchenko backed into the ropes. Why the hell would you do that against a taller fighter? He needs to get the hell off the ropes. Oh, it's a nice uppercut. Yeah, man, you know what? It was a temple shot. It was honestly just a little love tap to the temple that threw off Derevyanchenko's equilibrium. But man, that was a nice shot. So 10-8 round for Jacobs already. Derevyanchenko has to punch more than this. He's just got to be punching, punching, punching. He's not going to outbox Danny Jacobs in the center of the ring. Ain't happening. Is Derevyanchenko a slow starter? I haven't watched many of his fights. Yes. Yes, he is. He also likes to be perfect. He thinks a lot and likes to try to be perfect. And right now, I see a guy in Derevyanchenko who's thinking he wants to find the perfect shot and get one shot in there. It's like, dude, no, just punch. Work your way in and punch. Jacobs, to me, looks completely in control early on here. This is his distance and his pace. He could do this all night. The way to beat Jacobs, like Golovkin did, is jab the living shit out of him and make him back up. Don't let him back up by choice. Make him back up. Totally different, two different things. And that's what Golovkin did. I just don't see enough work from Derevyanchenko right here. Tweaker Hunters? I don't know what that is. LDBC praying for a miracle. All right, Derevyanchenko got to work here. Got to work. He had Danny Jacobs on the ropes and let him off the hook. Timmy Turner, I believe Derevyanchenko needs to put more pressure on Jacobs. I totally agree with you. That's what Golovkin did. You're going to take punches, but if you got a guy in the back foot, those punches aren't going to have any steam on them. So push this guy back and, jab him, work the body, and then start working your way up. So right there, Derevyanchenko lunged in, didn't punch. He's trying to go punch for punch, like one punch at a time with Jacobs, and you ain't going to win that way with him. Man, I think probably about the fourth or fifth round, this fight's going to open up and it's going to be damn good. I agree, Joel. Don't let him breathe. Push him back. Body head. So Derevyanchenko has this round so far. Keep in mind, this fight is in New York. Jacobs is the house fighter. His promoter, Matchroom, is the lead promoter. And even though Derevyanchenko is based out of New York and lives there, he's a quote-unquote foreigner from Eastern Europe. And for whatever reason, some judges, particularly American judges, just seem to not appreciate the Eastern European style of fighting. So keep all that in the back of your head. To me, that second round, Derevyanchenko edged it. So I got this Jacobs by 1 point because of the 10-8 first round. But we're in New York. So keep that in the back of your head. I agree, Omar. Derevyanchenko has a nice jab. He has got a nice straight right hand, too. Very, very straight. He punches up, and that angle is going to bother Jacobs. All right, so he caught him with a nice lead. Yeah, nice little combination. That really didn't hurt Jacobs, though. I got 29-28 Jacobs after 2. All right, guys. In honor of the main event, I have a boner. Sorry, 19-18. Jacobs after 2. Yeah, Derevyanchenko getting mean in there. I like that. That's what you got to do. What do I think Jacobs weighs tonight? He's probably a cruiserweight. Actually, this is for the IBF, so he might be a small cruiserweight. Definitely a light heavyweight, but maybe a small cruiserweight. All right, things opening up here in the third round now. I don't really see a clear game plan from either guy quite yet, what they're trying to do. Derevyanchenko just landed a nice jab right there that snapped Jacobs' head back. Jacobs landed a nice counter hook. I still think Sergiy needs to punch more. Good body shot from Jacobs. Nice jab from Derevyanchenko. One thing I love, like this ref is letting them work when they get tied up. He's not breaking them immediately. He's letting them work. And that benefits Derevyanchenko. I think Jacobs is expecting, hey, if I tie this guy up, the ref's going to come right over. Break! Right? But he's not. He's letting him fight out of the clinch. The ref just broke him up here on the ropes. But he's letting him fight out of the clinch, and I definitely think that benefits Derevyanchenko's game plan. Neither guy's punching here. What are you doing? Punch! Yeah, kind of sloppy action here in the third a little bit, toward the end of the third round. Close round. Well, what's happening?
They got a man on base.
Is it, what is it, 4-4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Top of the ninth, they got a man on second.
Damn, man, this Dodgers Red Sox game is going to go extra innings again.
Well, I hope they don't score.
Jacobs getting some good work done here. Derevyanchenko gets a nice shot in every now and then, and it's effective. But the more consistent work right now, early on, is being done by Jacobs. That third round was close. "24-7 the match. Tiger Woods versus Phil. I don't know who Phil is, but So that kind of programming, HBO is just showing their promo for, and then momentum generation. I don't know what the hell that is. That's the kind of shit HBO wants to do now. They don't want to do live sports programming anymore. They don't want to do boxing anymore, man. Their priorities are somewhere else. I wonder if Jacobs will switch to southpaw at some point. He already has kind of dipped to southpaw a couple times and then bounced right back. I don't know if that'll work for him tonight. I think if Jacobs moves to southpaw, I think Derevyanchenko will land a hard right hand right up the middle. I think that'd be stupid for Jacobs to go southpaw. I will say this about both fighters. They're both throwing hard punches. If Derevyanchenko followed the game plan, you would have given him... sorry, man, I missed that question. Yes, Timmy, that's a great point. Golovkin knocked Jacobs down right when he tried to switch stances. And again, I think that was a point where Jacobs was feeling a little overconfident and didn't think his opponent was as athletic as he was. And probably was a little prejudiced, thinking he can get away with a move like that on the ropes against Golovkin. He learned very quickly, and he didn't do that again after that. And I think tonight with Derevyanchenko, it's going to be the same thing. Derevyanchenko's feet probably move a little quicker than Golovkin's. And Jacobs, I think, knows already that it would be very foolish for him to just switch back and forth to southpaw. I think he'll catch a right hand right down the middle if he does that.
So the question was, is Derevyanchenko following a game plan you would have given him in the fight?
Okay, is Derevyanchenko following a game plan I would have given him? I like some of the things Derevyanchenko's doing. I really, really do. I just think he has to punch more. He's got to do more punching. Jacobs is the house guy. He's going to get every close round. Derevyanchenko has to throw more punches. He has to work his way in. And if he works his way in behind a jab, he can land some looping types of right hands and some looping left hooks. But he's got to work his way in down the middle and then shoot around. That's how you fight a taller guy. And that's what he's got in front of him. I agree, Rick. I want to see someone. Well, hey, you got a guy with all the belts at cruiserweight right now, Alexander Usyk. So that's the guy. Terrence Crawford did it at 140 too. Boston just scored. Damn it!
No, it didn't.
That's what Gail just said. She said it's 5-4 Boston.
Oh, fuck, my TV's delayed.
Shit.
Oh, yeah, they just scored.
Derevyanchenko just got some punches. Yeah, see, that's good. Now he's back in. He just backed Jacobs into the ropes and landed some nice shots. None of it was very hard, but it was effective. It backed Jacobs up, but then he kind of let him off the hook. Also, I'm looking at body punches. Jacobs has landed 13 body punches. Derevyanchenko only 6. That's the complete opposite of what it should be. Derevyanchenko should be landing more shots to the body. You got a taller guy, a bigger target. Jacobs just landed a nice, short little chopping right hand and a good left hook. Jacobs clearly winning the 4th round here. Nice little hook from Derevyanchenko. Backed Jacobs into the ropes at the end of that round, but it wasn't enough. Jacobs won the 4th round. He's probably ahead 3 rounds to 1 right now. Yeah, I agree, Rick. If we had 1 belt in each weight class, but it's never going to happen again. To me, what would be better? 5-4 Sox. God damn it. These guys know each other too well. That's a great point. These guys have sparred so much together that I think they both know what each other's going to do. I think that's why they look so tight in the first round or two. So you got to try to do something different. Great right hand right there from Jacobs. He was too close for it to really have much of an impact. They were at such close range, it didn't really do much. But it was a great scoring blow from Jacobs. They were in very tight, and Jacobs basically just shot a tiny little right hand right here to the side of Derevyanchenko's head. Great scoring blow. Yeah, round 4 at a good end. That's what I said. What did I say a few rounds ago? 4th, 5th round, this fight's going to open up. That's what I said, right? Jacobs moving a lot on the ropes here. And again, Derevyanchenko not cutting the ring off, not punching enough. You got to do something different here. You got to do something different. I think Derevyanchenko could pick up the pace here, but that was nice. 1-1-2 from Derevyanchenko, and then a left hook to the body. Another left hook to the body. If he does that, he can win this fight. He just did it and stopped. Now he just threw a right hand to the body that scored. 3 good body punches by Derevyanchenko in the first minute of this 5th round. So maybe he found something here in the 5th, and he's turning on. He's winning this 5th round so far. Jacobs really hasn't done shit so far in this 5th round. Now he's kind of, yeah, they're both kind of feeling each other right here. This is still Derevyanchenko's round about halfway through. He's got to put a stamp on it. These guys are fighting in little bursts, and then they kind of take a few seconds off. Which, I mean, you can't punch the whole time, but another good body shot from Derevyanchenko. He's definitely, I don't know if his corner told him or what, but he's actively, you could see it. He's making a concerned effort to go to the body here in the 5th round, and it's working for him. Good jab, good up jab from Derevyanchenko. Clearly winning this 5th round, unless Jacobs lands something really big. Another good jab from Sergiy. Got a punch here, got a punch. The fighters got close, nobody punched. Another good body shot from Derevyanchenko. Jacobs landed a nice right hand, but Sergiy moved with it pretty well, so I still think he's ahead in this round. Ooh, both guys did some good work right there. Good 1-2 from Derevyanchenko. 15 seconds left in the round, and that, to me, kind of sealed the round for him. So I got this 3-2 for Jacobs after 5. Jacobs has a very underrated defense. I agree with you. He does. Yeah, so 3-2 after 5. According to CompuBox, Derevyanchenko has landed 43 power punches. Jacobs has landed 39. So although Jacobs is much more accurate with his power punching, Derevyanchenko is more active and he's landed more. Great right hand to the body from Derevyanchenko. Set it up with a jab. It was good shit. How do you guys have this fight? Am I off on my scoring? Am I good? I have it 3-2 right now for Jacobs. That's how HBO has it, 3-2. Man, both these guys have good jabs. Oh, Jesus, Rick. Okay, now I finally get it. That would be impossible. They'd have to be a whole new person. Okay, so you guys have the same score I do. These are pretty clear rounds so far, right? I think they're pretty clear. A couple of them were close, but clear. This round is still anyone's round so far, this 6th round. The body language, you know, I like Derevyanchenko moving forward. It's just Danny's covering up pretty well, blocking a lot of those shots. That's good work right there from Sergiy. I don't know why Jacobs keeps backing up into the ropes. Just spin this guy. You got the better feet. Just spin him. Jacobs is trying to throw some thunder right there. He's, you know, throwing some hard shots. Ooh, some good body work right there from Jacobs. Both guys are throwing bombs right here in the 6th round. They're trying to hurt each other here. This is a good fight right now. Some good inside fighting by both guys, too. I don't know what the ref would just warned Derevyanchenko for using his arm. It was really unnecessary. It was not egregious. Just broke up all that work. Rusty Taylor says Chenko about to get caught. Yeah, he could, because Danny basically, he's trying to counter him, and Derevyanchenko is dropping those hands. Great uppercut to the body from Jacobs right there. And to me, he's slightly ahead now in this 6th round. Oh, nice right hand from Derevyanchenko. This round just evened up, man. This is anyone's round right here. Jacobs isn't fighting very smart right now. 30 seconds left here in this round, and to me, it's still up for grabs in this 6th round. You can say Jacobs might be edging it, but it's damn close. Great uppercut from Jacobs. Just took control of the round with that one punch. Both guys just landed jabs. Yeah. Oh, great counter left hook from Jacobs. He's up 4 rounds to 2 now after 6. 4 rounds to 2 Jacobs. Prograis just knocked down Terry Flanagan in New Orleans. So let's see, what would the points be right now? 4 rounds to 2. What's up with the baseball game?
Got base 2 first and second loaded Boston's.
Boston's still batting? Shit. Prograis dropped Flanagan. Hamed, I got this 4 rounds to 2 for Jacobs after 6. Yeah, this is a very good fight. And these are 2 guys who have sparred so much.
Oh, now bases are loaded.
Bases loaded? Damn it. Jacobs looks relaxed. Derevyanchenko's huffing and puffing a little bit more for what I see. You got 4-2 Derevyanchenko. Wow. Bases loaded. Jacobs, you should be behind him. Good point. Can you keep this pace? Not surprised if Prograis stops Flanagan late. I mean, that you'd think on paper that's the way that fight should go. Canelo versus Jacobs. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Look, if Derevyanchenko's working his way in and landing some shots like this, I know Canelo could. Yeah, Danny, I guess, just seems to have a game plan of sitting on the ropes and letting Sergiy get off, and then he counters him. And I guess he feels that that's good enough. That seems to be his game plan here. Now he's back in the center of the ring. Almost tripped. Yeah, Rusty, I agree with you. I think Canelo would beat Jacobs at this point. I just think he'd get some sneaky punches in there, and he'd work the body like crazy. Some good work here from both guys inside. Some nice footwork. Both guys throwing some hard shots. This 7th round. I edged Derevyanchenko so far. He's done more work here. Derevyanchenko's got to cut the ring off. Got to punch. Got to punch. I think Canelo would set a lot of traps enough to beat Jacobs. Canelo knocks Jacobs out cold. I agree. He could catch him and knock him out for sure. I just think Canelo thinks a lot when he fights, and he'd set up a lot of traps. Prograis apparently knocked Flanagan down again. We gotta check that out. I totally agree with you, Joel. Sergey's trying to get the perfect shot, like a knockout punch, and it's like, it's not going to come, dude. You got to set that up. Pacquiao would just retire. John Doe wishes Pacquiao would just retire. I agree, bro. I wish he would too. I love Pacquiao, and he truly was the fighter of the decade from 2000 to 2009. Clearly the fighter of the decade, and one of the best stories in sports in the last generation. But him and Floyd need to go away. Vladimir Klitschko, say what you will, he walked away at the right time. He walked away, and that's that. I agree, Pacquiao beats Broner right now. He should beat him. But, look, a lot of people beat Broner right now. Adrian Granados might have beat Broner, right? So, yeah, he was absolutely the fighter of the decade. One of the greatest stories in sports. They're going to make movies about this guy. They're going to be talking about him 50 years from now. But it's over, dude. And we all know why he's back. They're going to do a rematch with Floyd. Nobody wants to see it. He's not back to fight Thurman or Spence. So HBO has this 5 rounds to 2 for Jacobs after 7. I could see it 4-2, maybe, or 5-2, or maybe 4-3 for Jacobs, but he's ahead in the fight. He's definitely ahead in the fight. To me, Derevyanchenko just hasn't done enough work.
Apparently, it's 8-4 Boston.
8-4 Boston?
Yeah.
Oh. You know what? I'm turning this shit around. 8-4 Boston?
Yeah, the fucking defense has given up.
Sorry, guys. Just taking a break for a second here. I'm looking over at this other screen. 8-4?
Yeah, the defense is they didn't even run for the fucking ball.
Did they change pitchers, or what the hell are they doing?
Well, they had bases.
God damn it, man. I thought this series was going to go 7 games at least. It ain't. It's going to be over in 5 games now. Well, there goes that. All right, back to the fight. Again, man, this just, to me, there's some heated exchanges here. Will this movie have a happy ending? What, with Pacquiao? I don't know about that. Too many sports this time of year, especially if you bet on them. Yeah, that's why I don't bet, my man. To me, Jacobs just looks in control here in the 8th round. He knows what Derevyanchenko is going to do. There's really no surprises. Derevyanchenko is just not punching enough. It's 1s and 2s. I'm not seeing 3s and 4s and 5s. When I say 1s and 2s, I mean just 1 or 2 punches at a time. Some of these counters from Jacobs are a little sloppy, but I think Jacobs just thinks he can slap him around like this for 12 rounds and win a wide decision. And that's what it looks like to me. It's kind of looking like what I expected, guys. I hate to say that. I was hoping to be surprised a little bit tonight. No, I agree with you, Punch Quote. If Manny fights Danny Garcia, Adrian Broner, Floyd Mayweather, then retires, shit, he probably makes $100 million more before he retires. He'll spend all that money. The problem with Manny, he's got so many people leeching off him. That's the sad part of that story. And say what you will about Bob Arum. Bob Arum really cared about him and really tried his best to get Manny to save his money. I totally agree with you. Derevyanchenko gets into position very well, then just sits there. He doesn't punch. 4-4, CN, I don't agree with that. I think it's likely 5 rounds to 3. I think in New York, the judges might have it 6 rounds to 2 for Jacobs. Chenko versus Triple G. Yeah, I think Sergiy Derevyanchenko versus Gennady Golovkin. Look, they're both coming off losses. Fight makes sense, but here's the thing. Golovkin, in the spring of next year, could probably still go over to Tokyo and fight Murata. They're both coming off losses. I'm sure one of the sanctioning organizations, WBA, will throw an interim title or a diamond or some kind of fucking title at it. So that's a more marketable fight. Derevyanchenko is just not marketable. In terms of styles, though, yeah, I agree. Golovkin, Derevyanchenko would be a fun fight. I think Golovkin probably stops him, but it'd be a fun fight. Yeah, just more of the same. Sergey stalks him down, cuts the ring off, and just stands there. Throws out some little pity-pat jabs here and there, not much behind it. He's thinking way too much. I think these guys have had a lot of sparring sessions, and Jacobs has gotten the better of the work. And because of that, Derevyanchenko's thinking too much. When you have two guys that sparred and they split their rounds, let's say they sparred 100 rounds, nice counter left from Jacobs there from his southpaw position. You know, I was wrong. Southpaw is working for him right now because he sees everything Derevyanchenko is trying to do. But if you have two guys that sparred 100 rounds and they split, each one 50 of them, they might come into the ring, you know, and you'll see some action. But I think it's pretty clear based on what we're seeing here that Jacobs has got the better work in their sparring sessions, and he just has more levels. And that's why Derevyanchenko's thinking so much. He's instinctually thinking back to those sparring sessions when he got in position and got, tapped. Got into position, boom, got tapped. And that's why when he gets in position, he's kind of just standing there. Danny's waiting for him to throw so he can counter. Yeah, Jacobs is far ahead in this fight. We're going to click over to New Orleans because I don't see anything changing here in this fight. I think Jacobs-Derevyanchenko is going all 12 unless Danny catches him with something big. So Charlo and Jacobs, now that'd be pretty damn interesting. Lou DiBella props Sergey up big time this week. Don't see his handlers risking too back. Yeah. So let's see. Prograis Flanagan is in the 11th round.
The Dodgers have given up.
Dodgers have given up. So you know what? I'm taking my hat off. Those bastards. So Flanagan apparently has gotten off the canvas twice, but he's still fighting here in the 11th round. And that's good for Prograis because that's going to teach him you're not going to get everybody out of there, dude. You got to work on some craft too. Baby, when you get a chance, can you give me some water? Please? Thank you. Prograis just landed a nice shot there that snapped Flanagan's head back. Prograis' nose is bleeding, it looks like, so definitely Flanagan's gotten in some nice jabs. You know, it's interesting that DiBella is up in New York today at the Derevyanchenko fight and not in New Orleans for this Prograis fight because he reps both guys. I guess, you know, what that tells me, he was more confident in Prograis winning than Derevyanchenko. Check it out, guys. I'm going to drink water out of my cup from Golovkin Martirosyan. Totally agree, Gail. Prograis could do this all night. Flanagan's not giving Prograis anything to think about here. Every now and then he's giving him something to think about, but nothing that hurts. All right, so we got about 45 seconds here in the 11th round. Prograis far ahead, obviously, in this fight. I think both fights are probably going to distance tonight, guys. Hearn about to have all the belts in his roster. Yeah, Flanagan moving a lot, moving backwards a lot. Prograis needs to cut the ring off a little better. So this is a great matchup for Prograis to learn something here because he's not cutting off the ring as good as I would hope. He could definitely do that better. And now he's going to have 12 rounds of footage to look at and learn something from. Flanagan just landed a nice little left hand, looping left hand there. All right, so we'll stay here in New Orleans and watch the 12th round of this fight. Click back real quick. Yeah, this fight has just become really predictable here. I'm back in New York, Jacobs-Derevyanchenko, and yeah, just, you know, I've seen a few of you guys comment about this. I think look, I never thought Golovkin ducked Derevyanchenko. That whole talk was nonsense. And even, look, off the record, me and Lou have talked, and he's been like, yeah, I'm just trying to do what's best for my fighter. He knew Golovkin wasn't ducking him. He was just trying to get his fighter lined up for a title shot. He's just doing what he's supposed to do as a promoter. But in the public and with the media, you're going to talk. You're going to use words like ducking, avoiding, all that stuff. But clearly, Golovkin wasn't worried about anything Derevyanchenko brought. Again, they were going for the money, guys. And a lot of you guys wanted to see him fight Derevyanchenko instead of Martirosyan, but there was a different pay structure involved with that. And Derevyanchenko wanted more money. Martirosyan barely got anything for that fight against Golovkin, other than an ass whooping. It was just much easier to make that deal and make that fight. Yeah, so this one's going all 12. So we're about to go into the 11th round in New York.
Man, somebody died or something.
With the sirens? Yeah. What happened? Okay, here we go. All right, 12th round. 7-3 Jacobs. Yeah, Jacobs is completely in control of that fight now. I'm back here to Prograis, Flanagan. You know, Flanagan is being competitive and fighting tough to the final bell. And again, this is going to give Prograis 12 rounds of footage that he can look back on and watch and learn from and see what he could do better. Flanagan actually has these moments where he bursts forward with a nice long jab. And from the southpaw stance, it is giving Prograis definitely some issues. Recovered from the barbecue coma yet? Yes. Oh, man, that was bad. How mad that fight is not 5 rounds to 5. Jacobs is winning that fight. Ooh, nice uppercut from Prograis. And this is good for Prograis to go 12 rounds. He's got to look. A lot of these guys get built up as these devastating power punchers, Triple G included. And the reality is, as you step up in class and in styles, you're going to go the distance. It's going to happen, and you have to be able to fight to go the distance, and you have to be able to make adjustments and train for that. So it's good for a young guy like Prograis here for this opening fight in the World Boxing Super Series. It's like a first round knockout would have been spectacular. We would have all been talking about it, but this 12 rounds of work he's getting with Flanagan, it's going to make him a better fighter. So that fight is over in New Orleans. Of course, Prograis is going to win by unanimous decision. so we could go over and finish up things in New York. I'll put my Dodgers hat back on, even though I'm pissed off at them. 9-4.
Yeah, that's really bad.
The hell, man. So Derevyanchenko needs a knockout here. It's the 11th round, about a minute left in the 11th round. And he's got to do something big. The problem is, again, Jacobs knows what's coming. So if you're Derevyanchenko, you got to do something you haven't done before. And that's hard to do. But you've just got to punches and bunches, man. Punches from all angles. You got to just get all over this guy. It sounds really simple and basic. It's hard to do. But right now, at this pace, Jacobs just sees everything. It's not that Derevyanchenko isn't getting good work done, because he is. It's just the better work is from Jacobs. Like, there was just a good exchange there. Derevyanchenko had moments, but there was a clear, crisp right hand from Jacobs that scored that was better than any of the punches Derevyanchenko landed. And, this is professional boxing. That's what matters. Jacobs could turn it up a bit, man. Look, I agree with you. Yeah, Prograis will dominate Relic. It's going to be Prograis and Taylor in the finals of the World Boxing Super Series. And that fight is an outstanding fight. Oh, it's 9-6 now.
Yes, it is.
All right, so we have a chance. But it's what, the 9th inning?
Yep, bottom of the 9th.
They got to score 3 more runs. If they score 3 more runs, I'll do 3 shots.
Oh.
If they score 3 more runs and tie that game, I will do 3 shots right here. So, we'll see. I don't think I'll be doing 3 shots. 8-3 Jacobs, that sounds about right, Joel. You could say maybe 7-4, but 8-3, 7-4, somewhere in that ballpark. All right, one more round. Derevyanchenko needs more than knock down. He needs a knockout, and he knows it. His corner should be telling him that. Hey, I've only had 2 shots tonight, Rockstar, so just had 2. So I'm being pretty good. Jacobs looks fresher. To me, this has been a solid fight. Jacobs-Derevyanchenko, not a bad fight at all, solid fight. But to me, it kind of underperformed. I expected a little bit more. And I expected more from Derevyanchenko, to be honest. I thought he was going to push a little more, and that was going to give Jacobs more chances to counter more, and we were going to see a little more action. That started to happen in the 4th round, 5th round, and both guys kind of slowed down. Yeah, Joseph, yeah. Good effort, but a bit of a letdown. It feels like both guys could have done more. I mean, both guys are breathing out of their nose. Derevyanchenko a little bit out of his mouth. Good body shot there from Jacobs. But I look at Jacobs. He's breathing out of his nose. He's very comfortable. Not a scratch on either guy. I just feel like, they could have done more. Yeah, I just expected more from this fight, man. I'm a little disappointed because I sold this fight up. But, I talked this fight up with a lot of people. And I said this is going to be a really good fight. There's a guy in my gym that I train with, a heavyweight, that went up to New York and is there watching this fight. Because he was excited about it. And I was telling him, yeah, man, it's going to be a good fight. The winner of that fight is the 3rd best middleweight in the world. And that's still probably true. I think Daniel Jacobs is still the 3rd best middleweight. I think right now it's obviously Canelo, Golovkin, Jacobs. And now Jacobs will have a title. So a couple of you guys have brought it up. If Golovkin wants to fight Jacobs again and grab a title, why the hell not? But then again, Jacobs could try to unify with Andrade. I mean, Derevyanchenko's throwing a lot of punches now, but where was this 6 rounds ago, dude? Gotta land something big. A lot of shoe shine here. In close, a lot of shoe shine. It's a hell of an effort, but yeah, look, man, Jacobs and Andrade, that's a title unification fight right now. Think about that. Jacobs, Andrade, title unification. All right, got about 10 seconds here. Both guys throwing a lot of punches. They're closing strong. They put on a very entertaining 12th round. I'll give it to them. Very good, entertaining 12th round. Damn, Jacobs just landed a nice right hand. That's it. Jacobs should beat Andrade, but I don't know, man. Andrade's skill set and length, that dude's long. I think he has longer arms than Jacobs. He could give him trouble. Strong finish, agreed. Yeah, both these guys, you know, look, when you've sparred 300 rounds together, that's usually what you get. I'll give them this much. They put forth a good effort and they closed strong. I'll give them that much. 8-4 Jacobs, yeah. I agree, CN, probably in that ballpark, like 116, 112. At least one judge will have it 117, 111. So now what does Hearn do? Because Hearn has Jacobs, he has Andrade, they each have a title. I mean, they really should fight each other. They should be talking about that next year. People should bang the drums for that fight. You could do it in New York. You could do it in Boston, but I think it does business in New York. Do it in New York where Jacobs is from. Andrade is from not too far from there. It's just up the coast. So that fight there unifies titles. It's a marketable fight. Two American guys for Matchroom USA on DAZN. All day, man. That's what they should do. Curious what these scorecards will be. If one judge has it like 118, 110, that's a little too wide. That would disappoint me. We're just waiting for the scorecards here, guys. Yeah, this fight just wasn't, it just underperformed. That happens sometimes. Derevyanchenko has a little damage on his face, but not that much. Martin Lawrence ears. I think it's going to be 116, 111, 117, 110, somewhere in that ballpark. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll be closer. Yeah, Martin Lawrence ears, that might be the comment of the night. Jacobs really does have big freaking ears. Hamed, that's just too close, man. I didn't see that fight. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe the judges will have it that close. To me, the knockdown for Jacobs early set the tone. So Jacobs finally wins the legitimate title. All right, let's see what we get here. Wow. What?
What?
Wow, it's going to be a split decision for Jacobs. Wow. So I think Judge Julie Letterman scored at 114-113 for Derevyanchenko. Keep in mind, guys, there was a knockdown. So that means 7 rounds to 5 for Derevyanchenko. I just don't know what fight she was watching. That was a bad scorecard. It wasn't that close. To me, man, I thought Jacobs probably won 8 rounds in that fight. Maybe 7. Maybe I scored it too wide. Maybe I was favoring him too much. But I don't see Derevyanchenko winning that fight. There's no way he won that fight. Jacobs clearly won. Omar, that's a good point. Derevyanchenko could have stolen that fight if he worked more. Adelaide Bird 2.0. Pretty damn close. To have Derevyanchenko winning 7 rounds in that fight, whew. Yeah, there was just not enough work there. So they're showing punches here. Man, CompuBox says that Derevyanchenko landed 160 punches. Jacobs landed 181. I wonder how many of those punches were landed in that 12th round. Power punches, they say, was even. Jacobs was more accurate, but they both landed 137 according to CompuBox. But sometimes those punch numbers are just misleading because it's round by round. And Derevyanchenko finished strong. He threw a lot of punches in those last couple rounds. But there were just rounds in that fight where he just did not punch enough. So that's what's up. That is that. We can chat for a few more minutes. What questions you guys have? And then, I guess now I can turn on the baseball game and watch the Dodgers. Is it already over?
2 outs.
Oh, man. All right, let me find it. It's just horrible, man. Like, how are you going to do this at home? Come on, Bellinger. Hit a home run here. Full count, 2 outs. Down to the last pitch. Here we go. Okay. Nine to 6 Boston. 9th inning, 2 outs, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Cody Bellinger. If he can get on base, then Puig is up. Watch him strike out here. Nope, foul ball. Made contact. Jacobs versus Canelo next in May. I don't know about that. I'd love to see it. Don't get me wrong. That's a good question, Ahmed. Was that fight closer than Triple G Jacobs? I don't know. That's it. Damn it. Man, the Red Sox are going to win this thing in 5 games. They're going to win the World Series tomorrow night. Oh, it sucks. So comparing Jacobs' fight with Golovkin, let's remember Jacobs got knocked down. Golovkin landed more punches than Jacobs did. He out-jabbed him. I think he landed more power punches too. With this fight, Jacobs knocked down, so it was kind of a role reversal. He knocked down Derevyanchenko. The punch numbers technically were closer in this fight. I just didn't see anyone really dominate in either statistical category, but what I saw is who controlled the real estate of the fight for the most part and who did the more consistent work to me was Jacobs. But it was about, to me, the same type of fight. 7-5, 8-4 in that range. So pretty much the same, honestly. Man, what a shame. What a shame. The Dodgers blew it. John Doe, I agree. Jacobs lost to Triple G, but he made a very good account of himself. Absolutely. There's no shame to losing to Triple G. But look, the middleweight division right now is very interesting. I mean, of course, you have Charlo, who's supposed to be in line for the BC title, but the BC is trying to keep Canelo happy, so they didn't force Canelo to fight him. They're making Golovkin, who just lost, fight him, and the winner of that gets to fight Canelo. That's buying Canelo some time to fight Charlo. I think neither Triple G nor Canelo is going to fight Charlo. So that WBC belt is going to be vacated, and Charlo's going to fight for the vacant WBC title at some point. So he's going to have the BC title. Canelo's going to still have the BA title, and then the IBF and the WBO will be with Jacobs and Andrade. So the division is going to be blown up. I don't think Charlo is going to fight any of those guys. Charlo's over at Showtime with PBC. They're not going to fight any of those guys. Ain't happening. What we could see, we're going to get Canelo Golovkin at the end of next year, regardless of who they fight in the spring. They're going to fight each other late again next September. That fight's happening. Jacobs, where does he fall into the mix? Andrade, where does he fight into the mix? If I'm those two guys, I'm saying screw it. Let's unify these titles. We're on the same platform. It's an easy fight to make. Let's do it. If the winner of that fight between Jacobs and Andrade has two titles to bring to the party, especially if it's Jacobs, it's a very marketable fight for the winner of the Canelo Golovkin rubber match. So I think that would make a lot of sense down the road. We'll see. Roman Morales, you had Sergey winning 114-113. Well, you had the same score as Julie Lederman. That's just not what I see. That's just not what I see, man, or what I saw. I saw Jacobs winning that fight. Prograis has a lot of work to do. Agreed. He has a lot of work to do. And that's why Flanagan was the perfect match for him tonight. Perfect matchmaking. Is Jacobs going to the zone? I would imagine yes, because he's promoted by Eddie Hearn, Matchroom USA. So yeah, he'll be on the zone. Jacobs destroys Charlo. Right now, I think Jacobs beats Charlo too. Jacobs Brandt, yeah, I'd welcome that fight. Jacobs Brandt, why not? Technically that's a title unification. All right, guys, look, some of you guys feel it was a closer fight than I had it. I guess I'll watch it again. But Joel, I agree. Prograis needed that 12 rounds. Golovkin was around. Cody. Cody hates Golovkin. Jeez. Yeah, Sox are going to take that series. I think I jinxed us tonight.
I told you.
Damn it. I think I jinxed us tonight. Yes, guys, please do not engage with Cody about Golovkin. He has a strange obsession about Golovkin. Don't do it. How did you score? Jack, I scored it like 8-4 for Jacobs. I could see 7 rounds to 5. So with the knockdown, you're talking 116, 111, maybe 115, 112, somewhere in that ballpark. I thought Jacobs clearly won. It was competitive, but I thought he won. He just did the better work. Let's see. We'll do a few more questions here for a minute. I'll drop off soon. I know, Joel. I shouldn't have wore this hat. I should have worn my Canelo hat just to piss people off. Yeah, good win for Jacobs. This is the best win of his career, in my opinion. My channel volume's kind of low again. Tony Yayo says, I don't know. We're doing this on a tablet, and it just might be the way it's picking me up, guys. And I'm kind of backing away. I don't want to get too close. We'll have a better setup with an actual camera in the studio. By the way, you see all these cuts? This is from working on the house. This is from ripping shit out of the walls, and got cuts all over my body, all over my legs and arms from ripping out cabinets and countertops and shit.
Here's a question for you.
What?
Where does Derev fit in the 160 after his loss? What's a good matchup?
Where does Derevyanchenko fit in 160? I think Derevyanchenko proved tonight that he is a top 10 middleweight. Might be top 5. You gotta remember, these two guys sparred a lot, Jacobs and Derevyanchenko. It just might be a bad style matchup for him. I'd love to see Derevyanchenko against Charlo, against Andrade. That would be great. I want to see him in against other top guys. If he wants to fight, if Golovkin wants to fight him now and do something like that, it'd be great. But if I'm PBC and I'm Charlo, and I think they're gonna. I think he's fighting Monroe next, but I'd love to see him step up and do a test like Derevyanchenko. Derevyanchenko might be one of those guys against the elite level fighters. He does just enough to competitively lose. He might be a Vans Martirosyan. He might be that level. He might be a middleweight version of this guy, Vans Martirosyan. great in the gym, great sparring, great with young prospects, working with them. Great against B-level guys, but against the absolute elite, does just enough to competitively lose.
Next question is, since you started covering boxing, have you noticed any fighters' health dramatically change and wish they stopped fighting?
When they stopped fighting?
Wish they stopped fighting.
Oh, so someone asked the question, since I've been covering boxing, have I seen any fighters' health dramatically change and I wish they quit boxing? Honestly, it's too many to name. Too many to name, guys. James Toney is one that comes to mind where he fought on well past his best years. And he's already showing signs, like, I don't want to say brain damage, but he has what I call a heavy tongue, where the speech becomes very, very slow and labored. And you see a guy has to really, really think about it. And then the actual physical act of speaking is slowed. So I just call it a heavy tongue. I don't know. To me, it looks like the guy's tongue is heavy. It takes longer to move and for him to talk. Tony's one of those guys where you talk to him up close and it's very hard for him to get words out and be coherent. I've seen too many guys like that. So yeah, that happens a lot. And that's why I get pissed off when I see certain guys fighting on that shouldn't be fighting. I don't blame the fighters. They want to fight. I blame the teams. I blame the promoters for putting them in there, and I blame the trainers and everything for working with them. They just, because they're all trying to get paid, and they want to be around an entourage. But man, that's just tough to see. Layman Brewster, my trainer, talks to Tony on the phone daily. Yeah, Jack. So you work with Layman Brewster all the time, and when he talks to Tony, you hear it, right? You can hear what I call the heavy tongue, where it's a shame because he's a young guy. Layman took some hard punches and he had a rough career. He detached his retina and stuff, but he got out at the right time. He got that second Klitschko payday, and he did pretty well for himself. So I think he'll be okay.
Is Canelo legitimately #1 middleweight since he jobbed Triple G?
You have to respect the decision. So the question was, is Canelo legitimately the #1 middleweight right now? You have to say yes. Do I feel Golovkin beat Canelo both times? Yes. But the actual decision was for Canelo. He has the titles. He got the win. The money and the business and everything is going to flow through him now. He got that money. It was flowing through him before, but now it really is because he has that signature career win. So yeah, he's the #1 guy. You could say 1A and 1B. Golovkin's right there. But next year at this time, Golovkin's going to be a year older, a year more past his prime, and Canelo's still going to be in his prime. So yeah, he's the #1 guy.
All right, last question.
Okay.
Did you buy Holyfield's old house?
Did I buy Holyfield's old house?
Or old mansion?
Guys, when I tweeted that picture of the house, I think maybe the picture made it look bigger than it really is. It's a little under 4,000 square feet. So that's big. Don't get me wrong. It's on half an acre of land. But I think the picture made it look like it's 10,000 square feet. It's not quite that big. But yeah, it's a little under 4,000 square feet and half an acre of land. So that will give you an idea. Let's see. When's the next fight you could do a fight party for? I got to think about that. We got some fights coming up in November. I know for sure Wilder Fury. That's going to be fun. I know for sure we're doing that because I thought about going out there to LA, but the way that's being promoted, that is such a clusterfuck. I don't want no part of that. So we're definitely doing a fight party for that. But we got World Boxing Super Series action in November. We've got Usyk Bellew. You guys want to see me do it for Usyk Bellew? Let me know. Maybe that's the next one, Usyk Bellew, because that's going to be a fun fight. So, yeah, just let me know what you guys think when you'd like to do it again. Huh?
Whether they like them.
Yeah, do you like these? I mean, it's just me sitting on my couch right now. I promise, one day soon, I will have a studio hookup. There will be decorations behind me, and I'll be sitting in a chair, and the camera will be above my head, so I won't be doing this the whole time. You guys will be looking up my nose. We will have a better setup eventually. It's a work in progress. But you guys know on my channel, I like to experiment and try different things. Sometimes it don't work. Sometimes it does work, you know? So the things that do work, I try to improve it and make it better. But, you know, I think these are fun. You know, these are a lot of fun. So I definitely want to do more of them, and we'll make them better. In any ways you guys can think of that I can make it better, let me know. Okay. When will we get a studio? Okay, so the house, right now, I am in the process of still demoing everything. I'm ripping everything out. I'm knocking down several walls. I'm opening up several rooms. I'm expanding closets. I'm creating a bar area. I'm adding a second bathroom, or not a second, a new bathroom. It's going to be the fourth bathroom. I'm building a garage. There's a carport. I'm building it into a garage, doing all kinds of shit to this house. So it's likely going to take 3, 4, maybe upwards of 6 more months. I hope not 6 more, but probably like 4 or 5 months before I'm moved in and everything is set up. So that's when we'll finally have the beautiful studio that is completely dedicated to nothing but MOB videos. This whole room in the house will be just for this. But in between now and then, we're going to get phone calls going on the Neutral Corner. We're working on it. Tiffany's been working on testing the software.
Working on it.
I did some research. Tiffany's working on testing the software. It's really complicated. But guys, I don't want to do a call-in show like on Blog Talk where it sounds like absolute shit. I want to do a call-in show that sounds really, really good. And once we perfect it, I can add live video to it. So that means we have to use certain software that, of course, costs a lot of money and all these things. But on top of that, it's really complicated. There's a lot of inputs and outputs and things flowing back and forth to get the finished product. But once we can perfect that, then we can do live video. So ultimately, TNC will be a live video show with calls. So I could have Tom Loeffler call in. I could have Steve Kim call in. I can have different members of the media, different trainers, promoters, fighters call in and do segments on the show for 10, 15 minutes at the top of the show. And then we can have you guys call in and we can talk about stuff. Basically what we're doing right now, but some of you guys can chat on the live video. Some of you can call in. And so all of this will be happening live over video. So it's going to be like a real studio show. That's what I'm trying to get to. I apologize. It's taking a long time to get all the moving pieces together. But you guys got to remember, you know, I could maybe do a deal with Ring Magazine and Golden Boy and do a show that's just for Ring, and it'd be on their website, and I could get them to pay for all the software and do everything that way. But then you guys know what happens when you do that, right? It's like borrowing money from La Cosa Nostra, right? You're kind of in, and you got to play their game, their way, their rules. I just don't want to do that. I want to do it 100% just us, just myself and Tiffany, where we control everything, we own everything, and we have the rights to everything. So we could do it the way we want to do it. I don't have to kiss anybody's ass or do anybody any favors. Doing it that way takes longer up front. But once it's finally set up and done and we get rolling, it's going to be fucking incredible, okay? You guys, you know, I'm not bullshitting when I say this. It's going to happen. It's just, there's a lot of pieces, all right? Pulev versus Anthony Joshua next. Yes, we are likely going to get that in the spring. And Joshua is going to decapitate Pulev. I have a booger in my nose? No, I don't. Who said I have a booger in my nose? There's nothing in my shit's clean, bruh. My shit's clean. Here we got jabbed to death. Jack says I need to come on his podcast. Absolutely, dude. I'll do a segment on your show. There's a lot of you guys out there that I'd love to call in and just do, even if I could do a 10, 15-minute segment. You know, I definitely, let's start scheduling all that. In between right now while I'm getting all the studio shit hooked up while I have some downtime. By the way, I got tasked with an assignment for Ring Magazine. I'm going to be interviewing Devin Haney next week and doing a piece on Devin Haney. So in a couple months, my piece on Dmitry Bivol is going to be out in Ring. And then probably a month or two after that, I'm going to have a piece on Devin Haney coming out. If you guys can think of any questions that you would like me to ask Devin Haney and his father, put them in a comment on this video, because I'll go back tomorrow. I'll look at the comments, like the actual comments below, not the chat, but the comments. And I'll go back and I'll look. So if you have any questions, let me know. All right, let's do one more question. One more. We got one more, and then we'll wrap it up. More Tiffany talking and MOB ratings. Yeah, it's probably true. We need to post some of your workout videos when you're wearing your little stretchy pants. I think they'd like that.
Bivol versus Alvarez.
Bivol versus Alvarez. For the record, Bivol would like to fight Alvarez. I actually talked to him and his wife. His wife is a sweetheart. She's hilarious. Her English is better than Dimitri's, and she's helping him learn English. She actually went to school for a little while in England with her sister, so her English is great. But anyway, I was talking to both of them on the phone about a month ago, and I asked him about Alvarez. He wanted Kovalev bad. He really wanted Kovalev. But since Alvarez won, he's like, okay, cool. I want to fight Alvarez. He's got a title. But he understands Kovalev and Alvarez are probably going to rematch first. So he's going to have to wait. So he doesn't want to sit around and wait. He wants to just fight. And that's why he's fighting Pascal. He understands that a lot of people are like, man, Pascal's well past it. What the hell? We want to see you fight one of the other champions. But he just wants to be active. So I think it's smart that they're fighting Pascal. And then he's going to fight somebody else in the spring that's not Kovalev or Alvarez, because they're going to rematch. But if Alvarez beats Kovalev in the rematch, which he probably will, Bivol definitely wants Alvarez. And he told me straight up he's more than willing to go up to Montreal and fight him in Canada. So Bivol is a guy that I truly believe him. He will fight anybody. He's even willing to go down to 168 and fight some of the top guys there. So and he probably could make 68. So he definitely wants some of the big names. You know, he just needs to get his opportunity. So, all right, guys, that's it for tonight, man. Let's see. We're going at 150 straight minutes. Bivol is a good guy, Jack. Bivol and his wife, Ekaterina, great people. They have a couple cute little kids, and they're just regular parents at home that take care of their kids. You'd never know that guy is a stone cold killer when he gets in the ring, the way he acts at home with his family. Anyway, guys, it was a lot of fun, and we're definitely going to do it again soon. I'm thinking Usyk Bellew. Let me know what you guys think, all right? I'll see you at the fights.